John, were you serious about me going first?
Please go, Chris.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead, Drew.
Just trying to get a temperature for how you guys feel, camp is going so far, obviously with no preseason games, and padded practices are limited, just kind of the sense of how you think things are going so far a couple weeks in.
With the new coaching staff, we weren't able to go to OTAs and all the stuff we needed to do before we got to training camp. But as of right now, I think it's going really good. The guys getting the system down, the scheme down well, and guys is coming back and getting into their own. Just running around and just having fun now.
Thank
And for you, kind of bumping around, playing multiple positions, I wonder what it's been like, kind of trying to get your main responsibilities down and everything else. How do you feel comfortability wise so far in camp?
I'm a little comfortable, but I'm still getting to know the ins and outs of the defense and the checks and stuff. But playing multiple positions is quite easy because you want to know what your guy next to you doing, so you know where your help at and where he's going to be at when he sees this and that. So you want to understand his job too as well. So playing multiple positions is quite easy.
And for you, obviously, you guys have a young receiver core. Who stood out to you when you've been playing defense?
Mostly, you got Terry, you got Steve Sims, wish Kevin Harmon was out there, but it's good work with all the receivers because we have, like you said, we got a lot of young guys, AGG, Isaiah Wright, you got a lot of those guys, Cam Sims, that's trying to improve themselves. So seeing those guys get along, we got a lot of good work from Terry and Steve. So.
Thanks.
Hey, Jimmy, John Conn, ESPN. I'm curious, when you look at where you were at last year and Coach was talking about you being raw and all that, how much different do you feel even just playing either inside or outside? Where do you feel different playing those spots?
Feeling different playing it more inside because outside is a simple thing to do. You got number one guy, and you follow him where he goes. But inside, you got key parts moving. You got to checks if you motions and stuff. You got to know the linebackers there. You got to know your help at, like I say. But in this system, I feel comfortable. Last year, I wasn't up to speed. Playing up to speed and doing games how it should be. But it's coming along real good now. I'm seeing things quite slower than they usually were.
And then, Ron Rivera said a couple of times that Jimmy's hilarious. So he seems to like it. What is that like? How do you think he says that? What does that mean to you when you hear that?
I mean, I'm a fun guy to be around. I'm a silly. I love my spirit. I have great spirit. I'm never mad unless so I have a bad play. But that get tossed out the window. I'm just a fun guy to be around. I'm always trying to have everybody laughing, smiling because being cheerful in this world gets you a long place. Being happy.
Thank you.
Okay, we're in Mark with the it's nice to see you again. I can't help but notice that Ron and Chris have talked about your maturity, even as you're sitting here talking with us right now. There is such a difference from the conversation, your body language now versus last year when we first met you. What would you attribute the maturity to? I know you had a daughter this offseason, which congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Another year at the league. What do you attribute the people noticing this maturity with you?
Thank you on the baby. Just seeing things that this off season, I went back and watched a lot of film. I always catch myself when I get to a new level. Starting off slow. I wanted to start off fast. I started off fast during training camp last year, but I didn't keep that up. And then I had to get to where looking at the older guys, the vets on this team, how they take themselves more professionally. How they go out through their day. Taking care of their bodies. And being like separating your life and from your profession. So I took a lot of time off this off season. Due to COVID, I was able to find myself inside my home, and I wanted to make great things about it. A lot of people see the potential, but You know, my coaches, I had plenty of coaches always told me potential ain't nothing unless you know what to do with it.
And then I know we had some conversations about you possibly doing your first interception last year, and that was something you were disappointed in not doing. I know you joked about it, but you said that this scheme you feel like allows you to achieve that level, to play fast, to do certain things that you wanted to do. What would you say are the differences in the scheme from this year to last year, and why do you feel like it will help you be able to achieve that?
You know, can't really tell you much about the difference in the schemes. You know, I don't want to get no little things like that. But being in the game for a year, like 2 years, you know, being around Lennon Collins, you know, Kendall Fuller, you know, guys like Dunbar, you know, when he was around, Cromartie, they just telling me, you know, how I play. You know, I always ask them how I look out there, you know, and they tell me that you look good. You know, you got to be able to go faster. Just trust yourself more. You know, and that's all I've been doing this season. You know, this training camp, really just trying to trust myself and be able to read my keys and make the right plays. Not the plays that I want to make, but the plays that I'm supposed to make for myself.
Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy, this is Nikki Jabala with the Washington Post. Here's what it's like working with Chris Harris. He seems pretty animated in practice.
Mm-hmm.
How has it been for you?
You know, it's been great. You know, he's an energetic guy because, you know, he's been around. He's played the game, so he understands what we need to do to be at a high level. You know, so he always tell us, you know, we don't like evolve around the energy. We create the energy. You know, and being with him, you know, like I said, he played the game. He knows more about the offense than we do because he's been around the game a long time. And in this league, offenses don't change. They just try to disguise and be able to get the play they want off. So, you know, being around him just is a great thing as well.
The fact that he was a late round pick, too, is he somebody that you can relate to more? Does he give you any advice on, you know, just how to make anything going in this league?
I mean, not really, because, you know, it's his job to try to, like, get all of us hype, but, you know, he understands where we come from as a low draft round pick. You know, I'm working hard. You know, he got a lot of low draft round picks in his cornerback group, DB group, as I say. You know, we just trying to get along and try to improve our way of playing and get better this season.
Hey Jimmy, Lenny Collins said earlier this offseason that when he went back to your film, maybe could have had 7 interceptions. But one thing he noticed was that maybe you didn't trust yourself. I guess I'm curious, when you were watching back the film, did you kind of see that on tape? Moments that maybe you didn't trust yourself like you should have?
Yeah, it was plenty of moments on the tape where I didn't trust myself. You know, I went back to week 1, Eagles game week 1. You know, I loved like quite a few plays on the field where I could have got the defense off the field. I could have made a great play, put them in 3rd and long, 2nd and long, things like that, 2nd and 10 even. You know, I just kept going long, looking at the plays. You know, and I got better over the season, but you know, there's still plays I still left out there on the field.
How do you go about fixing that then? I mean, grabbing an interception, I guess you just try and grab it, but like, how do you go about fixing so you do trust yourself in those spots?
Yeah, right now, you know, I'm getting better. You know, trusting myself, being able to trust the players around me as well. Accountability. You know, I got to be able to do my job first before I can do it. Like try to do somebody else's job or try to tell somebody else to do their job. You know, so now I'm just getting in the flow, knowing where I'm supposed to be, reading my keys better, and playing way much faster than I was last year.
Thank you.
Hey Jimmy, obviously there's been some changes to the cornerback room this year among the players. Some guys in, some guys out. Just in terms of guys hanging out, what's it like this year with this group of guys? You know,
we switched out like I said, a handful of players, you know, but it's still a bunch of the same guys around that was at the end of last season. You know, and with these players, you know, Kendall Fuller coming to the team, you know, he been on the team, so most of the guys already know him. Dunbar, not Dunbar, I mean, I said Dunbar, right?
You said Dunbar.
Oh, man, I said Dunbar. I mean, Darby. They named, so so crazy mixed together. But with Darby coming on the team, he bringing his talents, and we just all trying to get the feel for one another now because we weren't able to get OTAs, being all that, and we just trying to get the feel for each other, and it's coming along real good.
And since you don't have preseason games, these practices against your receivers are really your primary competition. And you got all the different types of guys. You got tall guys, quick guys, maybe complete guys like a Terry McLaurin. For you, what's the one guy you like facing the most in practice that you really want to sort of see what you're up against, what you have against that guy?
A lot of people will say Terry McLaurin, but I like going against all the competition because at the end of the day, I don't know who I'm gonna line up in front of when I go out there in the game, or what they're gonna do. So it's just about practicing your technique and perfecting your craft at the end of the day. So you got players like Steve with the quickness. You got Cam Sims with the height, size. So going against those guys each and every day helps me get better at my craft all around.
Is there anybody outside the team, any of the opponents this year that you're excited to face again? Maybe you feel like you didn't do as well as you could last year. You're ready for another shot.
The opponents last year, I'll leave them last year. But this year, anyone who's stepping up, we ready for it all.
Being a JMU guy and then calling off their season, one of the schools that did that. Have you talked to their guys there and just how tough is that for the kids there to not have football this fall?
I stay in contact with my guys back at JMU. It's kind of hard for them. A lot of guys come to me, for example, and try to see what they can do. But I try to give them my best information for them. Just trying to get better. Just stay inside, and do better when no one's looking at you because you don't know when college football might start back up.
Hey, Jimmy, Ron has talked about how his system is good for corners, and Josh Norman talked about that. How do you see the system going so far, and how will it affect you?
With the system being for corners, it's a really good system. His system is, we just gotta play ball, at the end of the day, and we got a great D line, so that's what the system trying to evolve around and trying to get better off of because without them, it's hard out there. So, we just trying to let them do them, and on the back end, we're gonna hold up for them and limit all the yards and cap everything off for them.
And specifically, Ron said he wants his corners to play with vision. How do you think you stand up in that regard?
Like I said, last year I didn't trust myself on making plays because, I kind of iffy on the scheme, didn't know what to do here and there. But, now with this scheme and everything going on, we trying to break down the little simple things right now. So all the vision things, it's helping me get better because it helped me understand what I'm getting here, what situation I'm in, and understanding what the offense trying to bring towards me, like, what they trying to attack our defense with. So, just trying to get inside the coach's head, learning what they want to do and learning what, all my players want to do as well.
Thanks, man.
Hey, Jimmy, I'm wondering with last year's starters now, the corner spot's gone to the two main ones. And there's so many younger guys that have kind of come up together over the last 2 years. Do you almost feel like you guys are building your own group now, and do you feel like that's actually kind of gelling?
Yeah, you get that feeling out there. But as you say, this is a profession. They're gonna be looking for guys to come in and not every year. So as this group gets stronger and stronger together, we just gotta keep proving that we are a great group together, and we can be here for a long time, and we can be one of the top defenses in the league. So we just trying to get better every day and prove. Last season is behind us, and we looking forward for the new season.
Has it been spoken to you guys, or do you guys get a sense from the staff or management or whoever here that you guys could be the future for 5, 6, 7 years, and we're looking for that group to build around, or is this just moment to moment?
No, this we get that sense around the coaches. This is the group to build around because this the group they coming in with. and we're trying to make this group, stay together as a whole, and just trying to get better, with all this COVID-19 going on and what the world coming to, what the world going through, we just trying to make sure our group tight knit so we won't have no slip ups in between.
You mentioned the D line, Jimmy. What have you seen playing behind the net, and do you think 2020 could be the year they really deliver for you guys up front?
I seen greatness from them. They can be great. They can be real good. They can be one of the best. With Chase on, Sweat, those tall guys out there on the edge, playing behind them, I feel comfortable because the quarterback now don't get easy looks. And playing behind Deron Payne, John Allen, Matt Ioannidis, Tim Sutter, all those big guys up front, I know what they about. So that's why our defense getting into what it should be. And it can be the year where we step forward and show everyone what we're about.
And this is a totally random one. What do you think about the numbers on the helmets? You're going to be the only team who has them. Do you like the way that looks?
It's quite good. I was wearing it on my helmet back at JMU when we went with our white helmet. So I like the style. It looked good on the helmet, and we're gonna see how it looks when we put everything on. Come September 13th.
All right, appreciate the review.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate it.
All right,
guys.
y'all have a nice day.